This week on the Road with Mickey, top 5 moments of pixie dust.
We're on the road with Mickey, we're gonna have some fun. Regardless of the rain or sun, our trip has just begun. So buckle up, let's go, we're about to start the show. And maybe if you like us, you'll see where else we'll go.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike, and she's Sophie.
And she's Brenda.
Hi, everyone.
Hey Brenda.
Hey. Hi,
And
Grogu.
he's Grogu. He's saying,
And
hey Brenda. Hey
Yeah,
Brenda.
he's really happy to see Aunt Brenda. Daddy and I are chopped liver, but Aunt Brenda is everything.
She is the queen's, the bee's knees. Is that what she is?
Yep.
Well, we are on the road with Mickey. This is episode 288 for November 3rd, 2025. Oh my gosh, it is November.
Yes, it is.
That's just insane. And our feature topic is our top 5 moments of pixie dust. So what we're doing is we're taking a look at those memorable moments that make our trips just sing, come to life, come alive, add memories that last forever. And so we're kind of taking a trip down memory lane a little bit. But before we get into that, we do have some cheddar from the big cheese, and I am starting us off today. Right. So, in refurbishment news, Spaceship Earth reopened after a small refurbishment of about 2 months. There weren't any real big scene changes were made. It was things being refreshed, stuff like that. But in the scene where you thank the Phoenicians for giving us the alphabet, if you don't like the alphabet, then don't thank the Phoenicians, I suppose. But that scene has the boats in the scene moving again, which they hadn't been moving for years, a long time. And so now the boats move again. And I think that's kind of cool. I always
remembered them moving.
Well, but of late they hadn't been. So there you go.
That's awesome. Okay. And I have more refurbishment news since we're on refurbishments anyway. As I already kind of spilled the beans about last episode, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure will be closed from November 10 through 13. During the 3-day refurbishment, the ride will be changed from a 3D attraction to a 2D attraction. Once it reopens, there will be no more need for those 3D glasses. I'm going to like it, I think. What do y'all think?
I like it anyway.
I think I'll also like it because you and we wear our glasses at Disney.
Yes.
So do I.
So wearing the glasses and then the glasses over it is kind of a pain.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be neat. I like it anyway. I don't get on it as often as I thought I would, usually because the lines seem to be really long. But we'll see if that improves.
Well, I didn't get on it, 1, because the line was super long, and 2, because I felt like glasses on glasses took away from it for me.
Okay.
I have to say, I think the line queue is really cute. It's just really cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the way that comes alive and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, it's my turn. And in Haunted Mansion news, the Walt Disney Imagineering series called We Call It Imagineering had an episode on YouTube about the Haunted Mansion, Phantom Manor, and Mystic Manor. Here is the YouTube link. We are leaving it in the show notes if you want to watch it, which I certainly do because I didn't know about this before right now.
Yeah, this is right.
And
I
didn't know about it before 10 minutes ago.
I didn't know about it till right now.
And I think it was released maybe a week ago or something. I don't know. But anyway, that's our cheddar from the big cheese. So don't forget, connect with us on our Facebook page, our Facebook group. There's On the Road with Mickey is the page, and On the Road with Mickey group is our Facebook group. That's where every Sophie question of the week is posted.
Yeah.
So that's where you'll be able to see it and answer. Don't forget about our YouTube channel, On the Road with Mickey. Hey, YouTubers, thank you. Thanks for subscribing and
Come
watching
on along.
and ringing the bell and getting the ring a ding ding when it's a new episode. So thank you for following along. Our Instagram channel is also On the Road with Mickey. Email address if you want to email us, it's info@ontheroadwithmickey.com, and the website is ontheroadwithmickey.com, and that's where everything is encapsulated. So that is how you can connect with us. But now it's time to go over the question of the week feedback. And Sophie's question was awesome, and there were some awesome answers.
Yeah.
But the question is, have you ever been to one of the international Disney parks? If so, which ones? Ones in plural, parentheses.
Yeah, in case you've been to multiple.
Yeah. So who wants to read first?
I'll go first. It's my question.
Okay.
Pam said Disneyland Paris, which is really, really fun. I want to go to Disneyland Paris. I want to go to all of them, if I'm being honest. So,
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, Kim said not yet, but definitely a bucket list item for me.
Yeah, and Paula said the same thing. None, though I'd love to someday.
but Aunt Sheila said, yes, and we loved it. We visited Disney Seas in Tokyo and Tokyo Disneyland.
Nice. And Cindy said yes, Epcot World Showcase. There you go.
And Chrissy laughed at that. She said the same thing. I'm like, yeah, I've been international. And you know what? If you think about it, if you ever are there, if you're staying at the French Quarter when the groups from Brazil come, you feel like you've been international Disney also at the French
Yes.
Quarter. So that's our question of the week feedback. Thanks so much for joining in and for answering. We love getting feedback, don't we, ladies?
Yes, we
Yes.
do.
All right. So stay tuned later on. Sophie will have another question of the week. But it is now time for our feature topic. We are looking at those top 5 moments of pixie dust. And we're reliving some of the wonderful moments that make going to a Disney park among the favorite things we do. We're looking at how cast members maybe sprinkled us with pixie dust, maybe how we in turn may have sprinkled pixie dust on someone else. But this feel good episode is brought to you by the letter W, which, of course, stands for Walt.
Yay, Walt. Always.
So,
He was an excellent man and a genius at theme park design.
yes,
Exactly.
absolutely. Well, Brenda, I've got you starting first.
Oh, okay. Well,
So give us one of your 5.
okay, these are in no particular order. I love each and every one, so I'm not counting down or anything. But
No.
the first one on my list was all of the wonderful memories with my family at the Osborne Family Spectacle of Dancing Lights. And I know that it's gone now, but that was Disney magic personified, in my opinion. And we had so many wonderful memories from time shared there.
Nice.
Loved it.
That's
That's a
awesome.
good one. Um, the theme for my list, if you will, is the pixie dust that I'm specifically talking about is like acts of kindness, like that go above and beyond, that just put a smile on people's faces. So it can be from cast members, it can be from other park guests. You know how we always say that people are just nicer at Disney?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I'm chasing after, and the one that comes to mind first, and is probably the nicest and most magical thing that a cast member has done for me when I was at Disney, I'm referring back to a cast member. We've discussed her before on the show. Her name was Gwendolyn, and She was our waitress at the Crystal Palace the most recent time we've gone there, which we never go to the Crystal Palace, and that's a shame because it is some of the best food you will ever find and some of the best characters too. And Gwendolyn and we all got to talking and we learned a bit about her. She has children of her own. She has grandchildren of her own, though she does not look old enough to have grandchildren. And she was telling us about how her son had just graduated from college, I think it was. And then we got to talking, and I'm like, I don't know what my plan in life is right now, but I would really, really like to work for Walt Disney World, perhaps, because I really like Florida a lot. And she's like, well, in order to work for Walt Disney World, you need a reference to recommend you for the job class. And she's like, you're a very nice girl. I would recommend you if you did apply. Just put my name in the little recommendations prompt and I will be your reference. And that was
Very
so, so
nice.
sweet of her. I almost acted on it. I said, I will wait until I pay off all my student debt and then I will go do it. And I never did. But if I had, it would have been very, very nice of her.
Very nice.
And
That
I
was
wish her
very
all the
thoughtful.
best. Yeah.
Very thoughtful thing to do. And a
So
great example of how sweet the cast members can be.
they really are the sweetest.
Yeah, exactly. They are. And on my first one, I am going to remember a cast member that that we had way back in the day. Oh, and it was a team, and they were greeters of some sort um, for Port Orleans French Quarter. No, yeah, it's French Quarter. And every morning they would say, "Hey, where are we off to today?" And we'd be like, Hollywood Studios. And they'd be like, "Okay, you want to go down here? You want to get on this bus? And it'll be about 20 minutes and then you'll be there." And
Yeah.
or if we had to go to a dining reservation, they'd be like, "Okay, here's what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to go here and do this and then get over here and that'll get you there quickest." Especially if we had a time crunch. And they always gave Sophie the plastic gold doubloon coins and the beads for Mardi Gras,
Sweet.
and she could flip the coins into the wishing well, and they were right there at the fountain, at French Quarter, and they were just so cheerful. You
Yeah.
know, you've got a great cast member when you leave the interaction with them and you've got a smile on your face.
Yeah.
So that's what I remember most about them. I don't remember names, but I remember the Disney magic they imparted every single time they met a cast member or a guest, I mean. So,
Yeah.
Sweet. There are a lot of those. Very sweet people, thankfully.
yeah.
Well, my next one is again, it's not about a particular cast member. I mean, we've had so many great cast members, but there were great cast members in this case, I can tell you. This was Aaliyah's first visit, and she learned to walk at Walt Disney World. And I also loved the first visit for McKinley and the first visit for Luna. But during this particular first visit, we had Aaliyah trying to walk at various locations throughout Walt Disney World, Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, and the cast members would just be like, just as excited as we were that she might actually pull it off. And she did eventually. But it was just so much fun, and it'll always be a memory that sticks out in my head. And I just love that memory. It was the sweetest thing. Just
Yeah.
you couldn't have planned that. You know what I mean? Like you don't plan
Right.
where they're going to start walking.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
But it was super magical.
Yeah. Will you fill that in on your
Yeah,
list?
yeah.
Okay. All right. Sophie, next.
All right. My turn again, and this one was actually from my trip last June, if that says anything about it. Um, the first day of my trip, if anyone remembers, I was up at like 3:30 in the morning, and I did not go to bed that night until after 11. So I was going, and the day was super, super hot. And by the time my lunch reservation got around at Hollywood and Vine, I was probably on the verge of a heat stroke.
Ooh.
So my waitress, whose name was Denora, when she sat me down, she's like, "You look a little bit pink, hun." And I was like, "Can I get some water, please?" And she's like, "Sure. Would you like anything else?" And I'm like, "No, you just keep this glass full, please." And she refilled that glass like 3 or 4 times. It was never, ever empty. And I just remember I was so, so thankful for that. It's
Yeah.
not the biggest thing. I know she's paid to do it, but it was very, very kind of her. And I imagine if she hadn't been as good as she was, I might have overheated.
Yeah. You would
Yeah,
have,
you may
no
have.
doubt.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So
So I
thank
just want
you,
to say,
Denora.
yes, thank you. You probably saved so many people from getting overheated or exhausted while you're at the parks.
Yeah. Well, my second memory is um I have five and I'm trying to figure out which one to put where, but I'm going to go with this one. And that was during the year of a million dreams when we stopped at the Main Street Bakery and Sophie was all of this little tyke thing, you know. I don't know how old she was, 6 maybe. And one of the cast members just started talking with her and it's like, "Who's your favorite princess?" And she's like, at that time it was Cinderella. And she's like, "Cinderella." And this cast member pulled out the cookie. It doesn't, it was the cookie and it was about a foot round. It was about 12 inches, like the size of a pizza. And she said, "Well, I was just up at the castle and Cinderella said, 'Hey, can you give this to my friend Sophie?'"
I,
And
I remember you telling this story.
yeah, and it was just fabulous. It was just phenomenal. It was just incredible. Just the magic. And it was just absolutely, it just was a highlight of our trip. And we ate on that cookie for like 2 days. It was just, it's just those things you never forget, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's sweet.
So,
Well, my next one is about celebrating the girls' fifth birthdays at Disney, and that is kind of like our family's rite of passage. Like if there was a some ritual that each family does to like welcome in the child or whatever, that is it. That's always their first visit is their fifth birthday. And that also was the birth of the fairy grandmother who would bring special gifts every night. So they woke up with special things in the room each day. Now, I have to admit, Aaliyah just turned 14 and McKinley is 11. And I just on this trip a couple
Oh
weeks ago to
gosh.
Disneyland admitted to them that I was the fairy grandmother. I wasn't sure if they knew that or not. I know they're older, but I still didn't know if they knew it or not. So when I told them, my bestie was like, "Did y'all already know?" And they're like, "Yes, Mimi, we knew a long time ago." But I didn't care. They still got stuff, and I said, "Well, that's great because from now on, I am going to save a lot of money when we go to Disney."
I think I would have guessed that Maybe you guys tipped off a cast member or something, depending on what the gifts were.
No, it was all yours truly.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's funny. Awesome, though.
That is
Awesome.
pretty awesome.
Well, Luna will still get gifts because she's still little, so they better. And I told them, you better zip it.
Oh yeah. I hope
Zip,
she's
zip,
not
zip.
listening to this
Don't
or her
think so.
parents.
Oh, all right. Sophie, next.
All right then. Well, this is one of my interactions with other park guests. I have so many, but this one is the one that comes to mind. It was the last day of my solo trip this June, and by this point I had gotten myself a hand fan because it was hot, and I was fanning myself, and I was standing in the standby line for the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train because I didn't get that Lightning Lane pass. I chose Tron instead, and I just so happened to hear behind me as I'm standing two a man and a woman, and they're like, "Man, it's hot here. I wish there was a breeze." And right on cue, I turned around and I started fanning the fan because that's what I do. Every time I have a fan, I know that if I'm hot, people around me are hot. So why would I hog the fan to myself? Why not share it and help people cool down? And they were like, "Oh, that's convenient." And they started laughing when they noticed what I was doing. And they were like, "Hey, is this part of the service?" And I'm like, "No, this is just me being nice." So we got to talking because we were bored in line because the line was like an hour and a half long. And I
Ooh.
learned that they were fiancés and that he had actually just proposed to her
Aw.
like a few days prior at Galaxy's Edge because they were both mega Star Wars nerds like me. And I'm like, "Do you
Nice.
have a lightsaber?" And he's like, "No, I kind of want to make one." And I'm like, "I'll save you a lot of money. Go to Saberforge. They have better deals." And he's like, "You know what? You're right." And it
Very
Yeah.
was just
good.
fun. It was good to talk to someone. And I know I said I got lonely on that trip, but the fact of the matter is, when you're at Disney, you're never far from a friend
That's
because
I
right.
agree with
everyone at
that.
Disney is just so friendly and so nice. It's like the best parts of us come out when we're in that park.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. That's it exactly. All right. Well, those are great memories. My
Yeah.
third one is from when we were there um for the Christmas party, not this past year, I think it was the year before, the 2 years before. And excuse me one second. Had a cough. Um
Gesundheit.
and we were at Connections Eatery, and we had ordered food, and we were going up to pay for the food, to order our food.
Mm-hmm.
And the cast member was so nice, and she was drawing in Lindsay and Mackenzie about what they've been doing, where they're going, and all this, and just really bringing them into the center, and just loving on them. And so they were so excited because this cast member's talking to them, you know. And then later on, my sister Robin went to the parks, went over to
Magic
Magic
Kingdom.
Kingdom with the girls and with Stephanie and Shane, and they were in line for Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, I think it was, and that same cast member. This was like the next day, and that same cast member had the day off and was there and remembered the girls,
Oh,
Sweet. Very
and that's
sweet.
like just things like that when it happens is just phenomenal. They just happened to be there on their day off. She and her friend were there just to take in the parks on their day off, and they run right into Robin and the girls, and Shane, and it was just like, whoa, that's so cool.
Very sweet.
So when they remember things and they remember you from somewhere else, it's just really neat. So,
Yeah, very neat. Well, my next one is about the Yeehaw Bob show, and everybody that listens to this podcast at any time knows that we love Yeehaw Bob's show. We love Yeehaw Bob, and
hmm
he
Oh, yeah.
is fantastic. And his show is unique and uplifting and fun, and we all love it. But this particular memory is when McKinley went to Yeehaw Bob's show. We went for the first time for McKinley's 5th birthday trip, and she came alive in there, and it was like she finally was in her element. Like she finally was around other people that kind of got her, and she got up, and when they were doing the train around the thing to the song, I mean, she wasn't just walking like behind somebody. She was clapping and she was alive, and it was the sweetest thing ever. I
Oh,
watch that video all the time. I love it. I love it. I made it slow-mo when she walked past me because the joy on her face and clapping and her little ponytail swinging, it was just wonderful.
that's awesome.
It's so
that's
great. It was one of the best
wonderful.
memories ever.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
you, Bob. His show is awesome.
Yes, absolutely is. Absolutely is. All right, Sophie.
All right, my turn again. Um, this one, I'm taking us back to a Christmas party as well. I believe the last one we were on.
hmm
I'm finding that a lot of these memories that I'm choosing are actually very recent ones, and I think that's just because when I was a little girl, I could barely see beyond the end of my nose. And now that I'm more grown up and I'm more in tune with the world and the people in it, I see these things that other people do, and I realize exactly why I liked Disney so much. And but anyway, this is from the most recent Christmas party. It was the one where we had my Aunt Robin, we had my grandmother, I call her Mima. We saw Aunt Brenda and Uncle Butch there as well,
Yay!
and they gave me
Yep.
that beautiful teapot.
So fun.
Yes.
But
Tiana.
while we were going on the Jingle Cruise, I spelled it the Jungle Cruise. It's the Jingle Cruise for Christmas. And we were a little bit worried about my Mima being able to get into the boat easily, just
hmm
because she's older, she has mobility issues. She aged like fine wine, but still, you gotta be careful with these things. And the skipper was just so nice. I know they're actors, they're meant to give kind of corny jokes and they're meant to be funny, but when it came to her safety, he was
Paramount.
about, yes, you could not have done it better. And like, yes, he still kept that funny atmosphere going, but he made sure that she was okay getting down those steps into the boat. He made sure that she was okay getting up those steps out of the boat. He made sure the boat was as close to the dock as possible. It was just really, really, really good of him. And we're very thankful for that because, yes, it's his job, but some people don't do their jobs well. And he and Denora and Gwendolyn, they all do their jobs phenomenally well.
Yeah.
Excellent. I remember that
Gr-
too.
I do too.
Yeah,
Awesome. And it made mom's day,
it
Yeah.
did.
you know?
She was so appreciative. She's so sweet.
So the fourth item on my list is various character interactions through the years. I want to go over two or three, probably two, that I remember very distinctly. I remember Princess Jasmine with Sophie and the genie, and we walked upon them, came upon them at Morocco, and there was no one in line. And Princess Jasmine spent like 5 or 10 minutes with Sophie before someone came. And the genie was doing his absolute best to get Sophie's attention, and she was having none of it. She's like, he's trying to get her to laugh or do something, look at him, and she's just
Nope.
like, nope,
Nope.
I am talking to my girl. Okay, you can just leave me be. And then we were at Mickey's Two Town Fair, and we went to go see all the characters, and it was back in the back where you went in to meet Mickey and then Minnie and then Donald and so forth. And I remember Donald was Sophie's absolute favorite at the time. And I remember when she got to see Donald, she got so excited that she started dancing, and
Aw.
he got so excited he started dancing too. And Sophie was all of 5 or 6, so she was just a little sprite, and he starts dancing too, jumping up and down like she was jumping up and down, and it was the cutest thing. I took like 100 pictures and made a video out of it,
Yeah.
and it was just phenomenal. And then the last one, I do have a third one. um Over at Animal Kingdom, when we were there for extra magic hours in Dinoland USA, evening extra magic hours, which is that we only did that once,
Mm-hmm.
um and they had a block party at Dinoland USA, and Chip and Dale and Goofy were out just mingling with the people, the kids and whatnot that were there at the block party. And Sophie had such great interactions with both Chippendale and also with Goofy, and that's when she did her pigtail thing, and
Cute.
he did it with his ears, and it was just so cool. And it's like those kinds of memories. That's why we go. You know, that's
Yeah.
why we go. So those character interactions are just phenomenal.
Awesome. That's so sweet.
All right, all
Well,
right, Brenda.
I'm lumping some together. I'm lumping two together here
Okay.
because I had them separate, but I think it's fine to lump them together. And um this is special um times that I got to meet actual clients of mine that are, because they're all around the US, right?
Yeah.
So we often don't ever get to meet the people that we plan trips for, but I was able to meet a few. So I lumped them together. And the first group, this was in November of 2021 at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. And it was PJ and Kevin and Barbie and Mary. And you'll remember them because they were grand marshals like 3 or 4 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I finally got to meet them in person at Walt Disney World during Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, and they gave me a gift of a Mickey ears with Grand Marshal embroidered on the back, which is the sweetest thing ever. And then I got to meet up with the Morgans and the Phillips, which are also clients of mine, and we rode Pirates of the Caribbean together that same night, and the Jingle Cruise. And they're not part of that family; they're another family. And then in June of 2022, I got to meet my very special client, Cassie, who contacted me 3 days after I started working for Pixie in 2011 as a travel agent and had been booking trips with me up until this time in 2022. And I got to meet her and her daughter, Sophia, and we went to breakfast together at the Yacht Club Resort. And it was wonderful to meet her in person. So those Disney people, they just
Mm-hmm.
they just add so much to your life. And she also gave me a beautiful Disney tablecloth that was like from the Disney home store. It was gorgeous. And I still have that. I love those special memories, but I love the people more. And it was
Yeah.
just so wonderful to be able to do that. So wonderful to be able to meet Disney
Exactly.
people. Our
Exactly.
Yeah.
Disney people. They're our people, right?
They are. They are our
Y'all
people.
are my people too.
Yep.
And our
back
listeners are
at you.
our people too.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. All right. Great list, Brenda.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for sharing. Sophie, you
Welcome.
want to close out your list?
Yes, I do. And this one, I feel like they deserve a shout out because this is kind of the perfect topic for it. But I just want to give a shout out to Chris, Chrissy, and Billy from Billy's Closet of Magic. I know we haven't mentioned you in a moment, but this feels appropriate because you, y we became friends with you guys thanks to you giving us some pixie dust. Like
That's
literally,
right.
you gave me
Yeah,
a sequined pair of ears that were small enough to fit on Grogu's head. And they matched my ears, and that was very, very sweet of you guys. And it just blossomed from there because going back
Hmm.
to my point about the newly engaged couple and whatnot, Disney people are some of the nicest people you will ever meet.
that's right.
Yeah.
And you're never far from a friend when you go to Disney World. Billy, Chrissy, and Chris showed that about as plain as day because their whole thing is going around and spreading the Disney pixie dust, the Disney magic, and just making friends wherever they go. And I think that is just so cool.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah, I
so,
do
so
too.
cool.
I do too. I do too.
Me
All
too.
right. Great. Great list, Sophie. I
Thank
want
you.
to close my list by remembering a couple people um that we would help
Hmm.
periodically. We had so many interactions where people were helping us, cast members and so forth. But I want to remember the lady, and I don't remember her name, but we were in line for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and
Oh,
she was there for the day by herself, and we just started talking in line, and she rode Mickey and Minnie's with us, so she didn't have to ride solo. She had a team to go ride with her.
I think her
So
name was Jennifer,
okay, I don't remember,
I
but
think.
she was so much fun, and it was so neat to be able to interact with her. And then I want to remember um, the times, and this is taking us back. Brenda, you will remember this, taking us back to paper fast passes.
Oh yes, love
And
paper
we
fast.
would have leftover fast passes for whatever,
Yes,
and we'd
many
be
times.
like, we're not going to be able to use them, do you want them? And the families would be just like they won the lottery.
It was
Oh my
exactly like
gosh,
they won the lottery.
Toy Story, here's a fast pass.
Yeah,
And it was so cool to pass that pixie dust on.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
indeed.
So it was just those kinds of little things. And then the last one I want to remember, um, if I can remember, because it came to my head when I was thinking about that. But and maybe I'm not meant to remember it because now all of a sudden it's gone.
Oh,
Oh, darn.
So let's see here. There and there. I don't know. It's gone. It's okay. If I remember, I will bring it up next week as a little extra credit. But yeah, the paper fast passes and the people you meet in line, like you were saying, Sophie, you find a friend, and you just hang out, you start talking, and you find out, who their favorite characters are. So it's just phenomenal. Just so much fun. So so that is my list.
that is a very good list. I think we all have good lists.
Yeah.
Disney magic.
Well, I'm calling it a pixie dust moment, but
There you go.
and that leads me to my question of the week as well. A good question writes itself, if I'm being honest.
Mhm.
And my question for all of you listening out there is what is your favorite pixie dust moment? I'm sure there are tens of thousands more that I could have talked about if I only had the capacity to remember them.
Yeah.
Many, many.
Yeah. Yeah. this should be a fun question and a
Yeah.
fun answer. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
this
I
will be
can't wait
like
to see these answers.
me neither. Me neither. All right. Well, that is our feature topic and our question of the week. And now it's time to move on to this day in Disney history for November 3rd. So, Sophie, take it away.
All right. Well, there was actually a lot of good history for this day, but this one is my favorite because it pertains to one of my favorite Silly Symphony cartoons. The year is 1934, November 3rd, and Disney's Silly Symphony cartoon The Goddess of Spring is released.
Hmm.
This short, directed by Wilfred Jackson, is one of Disney's early attempts at human animation, and it is considered the practice run for animating human-like figures as seen in Snow White. Now, those of you who know me, and I'm going completely off of my own script here, I'm no longer reading my history. You guys know that Walt took one look at the film and was like, absolutely not. You guys all need an emergency drawing class right now. But I enjoy the short because it follows the story of one of my favorite Greek myths, which is the story of Hades and Persephone and the reason why we have seasons, according to the Greeks, that is.
Yeah.
So that's why it's one of my favorites.
Nice.
I like that one too.
Me too.
It's neat how human form is put in like
Hmm.
trees and so forth.
It is.
You know, it's just neat how they combine the two like that. So, all right, Sophie, are you
Time for
Time
ready?
Stump
to
the
stump the
Soph?
Soph. Good luck.
Indeed.
This character is bold, enthusiastic, and full of confidence.
Bold, enthusiastic, and full of confidence. That's a lot.
This character leads his new friend on an adventure to a nearby town.
Alberto from Luca?
That's it. Way to go, Sophie.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it.
You know what I love most?
What?
That
Sophie's
she can't
modesty.
repeat.
Her modesty.
Daddy.
And his last name, by the way, is Scorfano. Scorfano.
Wow.
Corfano.
Fano.
Thank you.
Uh huh.
Oh my goodness.
And I love it how he is full of confidence. One of his
He
quotes:
is.
"It's a human thing. I'm kind of an expert." Or his tough guy persona, you know.
Yeah.
But what he doesn't let on is that he was very lonely and he was so excited to have made a new friend in Luca, you know?
Yeah.
So
So sweet.
so it's just cool. It's just cool.
I like that movie.
Yeah, I got to rewatch it. It's been a while, you know?
Yeah, we should.
So, there you go.
Very good,
All
Alberto
Sophie.
right.
Scorfano from Luca. Good job, Sophie.
2
Thank
billion
you.
20 to 1.
Two. I think I have two.
I think I went back and I kind of looked over the past about almost, yeah, we're really nearing 300 in about 20 weeks or so.
Yeah.
But I think I've gone back and looked, and I think it's going to be like 270 to 10 or something like that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Brenda, close us out with a little bit of Walt, please.
Let your heart guide you. It whispers, so listen closely. Walt
Yes.
Disney.
Listen
That's a
closely.
very good quote.
That is short and sweet and to the point.
Yep.
Thank you, Walt. Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you, Walt. You're welcome.
All right, my friends, that wraps us up for this week. Next week, we are giving a little of a PSA kind of talk. We are talking about those items that you are not allowed to bring into the Disney parks, at least not in the United States. So we want to make sure that you guys are prepared, that if you're thinking you're going to bring your selfie stick, that you realize no, you can't bring it and you don't want to get it confiscated or have to take it back to your resort or whatever. So Brenda and Sophie and I are going to have a list, and it's just going to be one of those things just to kind of freshen you up and bring it back to your memory a little bit, just in case there's something that you want to bring that you think should be fine. And we'll try and give you a pretty extensive list, hopefully, that will cover most things.
Yeah.
And
And I'll
perhaps
include the rather weird and outrageous ones too. You
Yeah,
know,
and-
for entertainment purposes.
yeah, and also maybe maybe we'll be able to come up with a place that you can go look if there's something that you're thinking about that we don't say, a place where you can go look to find out if it's allowed or not. And like if there's a website that you can look at. I don't know if there is or not, Brenda. So we'll cover that next week.
I'm
though.
sure there's a policies
Yeah.
out there somewhere.
Yeah. But anyway, that's next week. For this week, we hope you've had a great time listening with us, joining in a conversation, shouting the answer, Alberto Scarfano! Because I know everyone, Sophie got it. I never would get it.
I
Brenda
never in a
says she
million
never
years would
gets
get
it.
it.
But I'm sure that there's others. Shane wouldn't get it, but I'm sure there's others who probably knew from the clues. But anyway, I hope you got it. But I hope you laughed. I hope you had fun listening. I hope you stayed for the whole episode and that you're coming back next week to get another episode. And I hope you're having a great week. If you're having a rough week, I hope someone shares a smile with you that might turn your life around, turn your week around at least. And I hope if you are having a good week and you see someone who's not, I hope that you pass along a little pixie dust to them that maybe might help them out. So that's why we're here, to help spread the pixie dust to all of the people that want to interact with us. But anyway, so for next week, have a great week. But I'm Mike. She's Sophie. That's Brenda. He's Grogu. And we will
See you
on
the road.
the road. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Grogu.
Bye, Brenda.